guys, it's been a total of 4 weeks since I hand pollinated one of the pumpkins, and we've been doing updates every week since. So this is the 4th week, and we're gonna go around and look at some pumpkins and look at the first pumpkin that we hand pollinated those 4 weeks ago. So I'm gonna head there, and I'll see you there. We just arrived at the volunteer pumpkin patch. So this one kind of seeded on its own from a pumpkin I kind of left out. And here's the result of that. This is the pumpkin that I hand pollinated 4 weeks ago. Now, it's completely orange, or it's almost completely orange. You can see it's lost a lot of that green. I did have it shaded for a bit. I'm also realizing too, some of the pumpkin leaves do a lot better when they have some sort of afternoon shade, even though I believe these guys need as much sun as they can possibly get. Now, that is not the only pumpkin on this specific vine. There's another that kind of formed down here. I don't mind all the weeds here in the area. It's pretty crazy. This one here does not have a lot of orange on it as of yet. I've been looking for more female flowers on this specific pumpkin vine, but I don't see anything forming as of right now. But moving on to some of the pumpkins that I started myself from seed. So the other one, again, was a volunteer plant. These are some that I started from seed and put in ground all on my own. Unfortunately, I did not think about making sure the labels were able to be seen so easily, so I had to go searching for labels. This is the Maroc de I can't pronounce that, Muscat or Maroc, something like that. We started this one, I can't remember how many weeks ago, but I did a video on it, so it should be there. As of right now, I only see little females just appearing on it. I think there might be one pumpkin in here, to be honest, because I think I seen something about a day or two ago. Yes, right here. So there's a pumpkin right there. It could be the Maroc, because it's a smaller pumpkin. We have a couple females making a appearance all around the plant. It seems as if now this guy's starting to take off. We did have some that didn't do so well. Then we have some about to open in maybe another day. So I have to be on the hand pollination. Not all of the pumpkins you see here are the same variety. I think I have at least one other variety here besides the Maroc, or Mesquite de Maroc. I think that's what it's called. But the second one we have is Winter Luxury. Now, if I can remember correctly, I think that's a orange pumpkin with a bit of a haze to it. And if you look around here, it is starting to form females. So we're just now getting females. And from my experience of growing it last year, I noticed these guys do kind of form quite quickly. Once the females are sit, it doesn't take too long. And we have a good 2 or 3 months before Halloween, which that's kind of what I want to have all the harvest prior to, maybe like a week or two prior to. All right, guys, let's head over to the next pumpkin patch, and I'll meet you there. All right, here we are. Let me turn this camera around. Okay, so if you look off to the side here, you can see we have all sorts of pumpkins growing down this lane. Now, this is what I like to call pumpkin lane, because I have a ton of pumpkin patches just growing directly down here. Unfortunately for this pumpkin patch, I don't know where the tag is, so I can't really tell you what it is. But I do know that we're growing specific pumpkins here in the garden. I did hand pollinate a new pumpkin as of like a day ago, so I'm gonna see if this takes. Hopefully it does, because I want another one on here. But let's take a look at one of the bigger pumpkins growing here. And we only have one that's growing pretty large. It's been, I want to say, a good week and a half since this one was formed, and I absolutely love it. Like, I don't even know what variety it is. I'm gonna guess it's either a Cinderella pumpkin of some sort. It's got to be an orange pumpkin, some sort of orange pumpkin. I have no clue, but you can see how large it is. Let me put my hand up to it so you can look at the contrast here. But let's take a gander at some of the other pumpkins growing in the area. Oh wait, I thought there was a female flower. I was wrong. So this vine here only has one pumpkin on it. And again, I don't really know the variety because of the tags kind of went missing. Although I can kind of guess once they get a bit bigger. This looks like it's going to be a smaller type pumpkin with a bit of warts to it. So I can kind of guess once it's a little bit bigger. If we move on further, we have another pumpkin vine, or two pumpkin vines, one here and then another there. I know which one that one is, but this here, I think it's Cinderella, because I remember putting Cinderella in this area, so this could be Cinderella pumpkin. If you see, it's small right now, but it is orange, and I like that. And then we have the other one, which just so happens to be porcelain doll. And I remember this is what they look like when they first start forming, / I remember placing porcelain doll here. And this is a fun pumpkin. It gets a little bit pink with some green on the underside or the underbelly. Unfortunately, I only have one Cinderella there and one porcelain doll here. But I see a female porcelain doll starting to appear here. So we might get two porcelain dolls out of this, possibly, if not more. And one thing that I find interesting is that we had a volunteer tomato growing here. So it kind of got in the way of the pumpkins. And I couldn't, like, have myself pull this. I couldn't put it to myself to do it, you know. I wanted to collect the fruit. But off to the side of those pumpkins, we have two other vines. Now, I believe these are squash vines. One being the green striped cushaw and the other being the butternut orange squash. Now, both these vines, from my knowledge, do very well. Hopefully, I get something or get a good harvest out of these, although I don't have a lot going on for them. We have one here, I think this is the green striped cushaw, and then the other must be the butternut orange. I don't see any females on the butternut orange, and as for the green striped cushaw, I don't see any more females as well. So I have to give them some time, and hopefully we get more out of it. Other than these vines here, we do have one more kind of further down the line, and that has to be the polar bear pumpkins, because I don't think I grew any other type besides the ones I've mentioned so far. So we're gonna go head over there and take a look. All right, I stand corrected. I looked at the tag, it's actually guicoy, so we're not apparently growing the polar bear pumpkin. And as of right now, there is no pumpkins growing on it. We don't even have any female flowers along the guicoy. So I think what we'll do is we'll give it some fertilizer and hopefully we can get some female flowers. So far it's been all male flowers. Not even a single female flower emerging, which is a little sad. But this is placed next to the pillar, or the Parkland pillar birch tree, the one that we just placed in ground about early this week. I'm super hyped for this. When I first got it too, it did have a little bit of yellowing leaves. I think that will kind of go away with time. But yeah, guys, we got to do something about this pumpkin. If you are new to the channel, we have done 4 pumpkin updates so far. 3 can be found on my YouTube shorts. And I think we did a video showing the seed starts, maybe on longer format. But for now on, we're going to be doing all the pumpkin updates long format so I can go over everything. I hope to see you guys in week 5 pumpkin updates, which will be next week.